the man suddenly realized something terrifying. Clearly the two civilians were signaled to leave, but just a few steps and they were hunted down by a group of rich men. Before the man could react, John threw him a bag of expensive diamonds and said the game would start in 2 minutes. The man then realized something was wrong. They had tricked him here to make him the prey of the rich. After saying that, he tried to exit the game, but a group of armed SWAT officers immediately surrounded him. Faced with this situation, the man had no choice but to quickly run into the jungle. Soon the rich men started chasing him with weapons, but they didn't know that from this moment on they were no longer the hunters but the prey, because they were facing not just any man, but the king of fighters, Boyka. Not long after, he found a body by the river. Clearly it was from the last hunt where the victim was shot. Thinking of the cruelty of the game, he quickly filled his water bottles and prepared to head to the border, but the next second he was shot at. It was the rich men who had arrived early, but despite several shots they missed their target. Angry, they decided to go down and challenge Boyka to a one-on-one. Seeing that the opponent had a gun, Boyka quickly jumped into the lake to hide. When Jim came down, Boyka had already quietly submerged into the water. While the rich man searched the area, Boyka suddenly grabbed his leg and dragged him under the water, then landed 2 punches on him. Jim began to beg for mercy, but just as Boyka let his guard down, he grabbed an electric baton and knocked Boyka into the water. Then he grabbed a knife and tried to strike Boyka. Clearly this was the wrong person to mess with. Boyka used a joint lock to disarm him, then landed a punch to his stomach, sending Jim flying 10 meters away, but surprisingly that single punch killed him. Soon the rich men saw his body. Clearly they hadn't expected their prey to have such powerful fighting skills. At that moment Mike secretly recorded everything, and Boyka had already reached a lower position, but because he had just submerged, his watch's compass couldn't work. Even worse, a rich man spotted his figure, and with a loud shout, everyone turned to look at his position. Boyka sensed something was wrong, and quickly jumped into the water to escape again, but this only provoked the rich men to challenge him further.